With the revival of Titanfall 2, extremely unexpectedly, the topic of Titanfall 3 has now emerged more than it ever has. The major question everyone is asking is, just when exactly are we getting Titanfall 3? You see, the thing is, Titanfall 2 was dead just a few weeks ago, and now all of a sudden there has been a major update. It's up and running again, it has well over 20,000 players now, but why? Why is this happening? What did they do? Well, you see, one of the major theories here is that Titanfall 2 was deliberately left uncared for as a marketing scheme for both Apex and maybe even Titanfall 3. One of the wildest assumptions out there, I know, but when you put the pieces together, a lot of what the community is saying kind of starts to make sense. With hackers, cheaters, terrible servers, bugs, and countless other problems that were invading Titanfall 2, the game was basically unplayable except for the campaign. The death of Titanfall 2 was completely imminent and only a matter of time. Everyone was afraid for the well-being of the game. That is until recently, until a fix came for Titanfall 2.
Apparently this game has been busted on PC for years, but a patch went live and the matchmaking works again, and I'm pretty hyped to try out this game again.
For the longest time, I've been unable to play Titanfall 2 in their regular servers because hackers would just kick me out of games. Thankfully, the North Star client has allowed for me to play, but sometimes I just want to play vanilla Titanfall. Thankfully, somebody at Respawn decided to update the game in 2023, and it has allowed for me to actually play the game again.
What the heck is going on with Titanfall 2? I've been seeing it a lot in my feeds online. People were excited about what's going on with the game. I'm like, why are people excited about playing Titanfall all of a sudden? The game has been basically dead for years, but not anymore because people are back and they're playing a lot of Titanfall.
Respawn has been updating the game again. Get your tin hats on, the speculation's about to run wild. Titanfall 2 on September 9th saw updates from Respawn that fixed most of the networking issues that have been plaguing the game.
The thing is, these updates and fixes weren't officially announced by Respawn or EA, they kinda just happened and the community found out. But ever since the changes to the so-called dead game happened, we have also seen the massive move of over 20,000 players come back into the game. That was without any kind of marketing whatsoever, besides people tweeting about it and making videos. Of course, Respawn and EA knew this would happen, of the simple fact that Apex Legends has given a massive amount of attention to the Titanfall series because of the simple fact that they are based in the exact same universe and they share characters as well, like Ashe and Valkyrie from Apex. But that isn't the breaking point that started all this crazed hype. It was a simple tweet made one very fateful day that would change the entire community's trajectory about the future of both Titanfall and Apex Legends. The Titanfall 2 playlists have been updated every week. The matchmaking crashes have been fixed. Titanfall 2 has been put on sale for $3. Apex Legends' current season is called Resurrection, which ends on October 31st, which coincidentally enough is when Titanfall 2's 7th anniversary takes place.
Titanfall 2, not North Star, right? And watch this. Check this out. Fun game. New playlist update this week, because there's been a playlist update every single week for, I believe it's been 10 weeks now. Attack on Titanfall. Let's try it out. Watch this. There we go. It's actually working.
Hey, what's up everyone, Thorn and Smash here, and now as we all know, Titanfall 2's playlists were getting rotated out for different game modes, and this comes across as strange for a lot of players in the overall community, since we kind of thought Titanfall 1 and 2 were completely forgotten about and left in the dust. But Respawn took it upon themselves to fix the massive DDoSing issues that were plaguing the game and make it into a playable model again. But that's actually not the interesting part about this. One of the most interesting things about all of this is the fact that on certain maps, the developers have left certain clues and Easter eggs to basically say, hey, we're still here, don't worry. On one of the maps, the devs added a Nessie as well as a hammer, clearly indicating that they are either fixing things or maybe, just maybe, something else absolutely massive is coming to the game. It could be an update, it could be Titanfall 3, it could be that Apex Legends and Titanfall are merging into one game and we get a massive update. Now, I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but Respawn was actually working on a new engine update for Apex Legends, which was going to consist of a new material system for skins and scenery, new types of VFX, a sub-tick system, and a higher FPS cap. Now, they didn't quite release one major update for the game engine, but they are are putting out updates over time that updates the game slowly but surely. And it is 100% possible that the finalization of these engine updates are very much in correlation to whatever is going to happen when Respawn decides to reveal what they're doing behind the scenes with Titanfall, because we know that they are doing something, and we know that Titanfall 2 got all these updates to the game itself as well as the servers. They did make it playable again, but most importantly, they put the game on sale for $3 as well. It's very interesting that they want Titanfall to make as much sales as possible so suddenly, because usually when things are priced low in general, it's either because the product being sold is going to get discontinued or it's reached its expiry date, and in this case, it won't cause too much harm to say that. They may have something very interesting planned for the community.
Now, interestingly enough, we do know that Respawn is working closely with Titanfall head exec on something huge, but we're just not sure what it is. The other thing is that Respawn recently released an update that basically prohibited data miners from going into the files of Apex. Crowrindo, a very popular data miner in the Apex community, tried to get into the files one day to see if the update was true, and sure enough, it was. But instead of finding future content in the files, Crowrindo instead found a link to a job application on Respawn's website. Now, as funny as that is, Respawn made very sure to take the correct measurements to make sure that no data mining was happening whatsoever. And they did it for good reason. They pushed out the update that ended data mining this season. Of course, they don't want any plans they have for Titanfall 2 and Apex getting leaked, because that would ruin the long-term hype. After all, this is just one big genius marketing strategy from Respawn. So they made very sure that whatever it is that they are working on didn't get data mined or even ruined. But they are steadily dropping some very small clues as well. In Apex Legends' recent patch notes, they had a little note at the end of the page. Project Nessie was a bunch of numbers there as well. It just so happens that these numbers are the release dates of Apex Legends, Titanfall 1, as well as Titanfall 2. So that just begs the question, why would these be in the patch notes for Apex Legends? And what the heck is Respawn working on?